Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh. Ba'ashem meaning coming in the name of, and Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Gusano, I'm from the dirt, and I remember where I'm from. All I want to do is edify the sheep in love and humility, right? I represent the children of the covenant, and that's what I'm here to do. Today I want to give another lesson, right, called The Law is Our Blood Oath Covenant, right? Forever. It doesn't change. The world claims God's laws are done away with, but the Bible repeatedly says his commandments are everlasting. From Genesis to Revelation, the laws of Yahweh stand firm. They are the foundation of righteousness, the eternal covenant between the Most High and his chosen people Israel. This lesson proves through Scripture that the law never ended. It is holy, just, and good, and it remains the eternal standard by which all are judged, right? It is literally our moral compass. How could we know right from wrong without the law? The book of Exodus chapter 12 verse 11, and thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. Exodus 12:14, and this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. So we're supposed to keep this law forever, throughout our generations. Where in the New Testament does it change or cancel this eternal ordinance? Exodus 12:24, and ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and thy sons forever. The law is a family inheritance. It goes to your children. It goes from you to your children, right? To your children's children. It's genealogy. It's supposed to come with us throughout our genealogy. It's not genealogy. Exodus 12:42. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out of from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. This is a memorial forever, continually through all generations. Psalm 119 and 111. Thy testimonies have I taken as an heritage forever. This is our heritage, for they are the rejoicing of my heart. The law is our heritage, our inheritance. To forsake the law is to forsake your identity. Psalm 119 and 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So righteousness is everlasting, and the truth never expires. Psalm 93 and 5 in the NLT. Your royal laws cannot be changed. Your reign, O Lord, is holy forever and ever. No man, no church, or doctrine can change the commandments of the Lord. The laws of Yahweh are fixed and unmovable, just like his throne. Exodus 12:24 in the NLT. Remember, these instructions are a permanent law that you and your descendants must observe forever. The command is permanent. The commandments are permanent. The Most High never gave a time limit to obedience. To state the laws are abolished is to say God changed. Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So the law endures forever. Obedience brings life, rebellion brings death. The everlasting covenant still stands today. This is our covenant. Ezra 4:38. As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. Since truth endures forever, so does the law, because the law is truth. Psalm 119 and 142. Psalm 111:7 and 8. The works of his hands are verity and judgment. All his commandments are sure. They stand fast forever and ever, and are done in truth and uprightness. Every commandment stands forever and ever, not temporarily, forever and ever. Isaiah 40:8. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever. The word of our God includes his laws, statutes, and judgments. 2 Ezra 9:37. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape my works, and by faith, right? Those who keep the commandments and believe in Yahweh Shai will be saved. Psalm 119 and 144. The righteousness of thy testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live. The testimonies are the laws of God. They are eternal. They're everlasting. Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God as he has commanded us. This verse defines righteousness itself, keeping the commandments. The same definition stands in both testaments. To reject the law is to reject righteousness. Right? And as the children of Israel, right? This is the law. This law of God is our blood oath covenant. This is our pact. This is our agreement, right? And as the children of the covenant, we must honor the covenant. We are in the old covenant still, right? Identified through blessings and curses. The old covenant is an agreement between the Most High God and the children of Israel, in which they failed to keep and must now receive the penalties for. Genesis chapter 17, verse 10 through 14. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you, and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man child in your generations, he that is born in the house or bought with money of any stranger, which is not of thy seed, he that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with the money must needs be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant, And the uncircumcised man child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. So our father Abraham made a blood oath covenant with the Most High God, an oath of blood through circumcision as a token of the covenant. The oath of blood was our handshake with the Most High God. We are in fact in a blood covenant with the Most High God right now. We need to identify this covenant and honor this covenant. Exodus 34, 27 and 28. And the Lord said unto Moses, Write thou these words, for after the tenure of these words I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel. After the tenure of these words, right? He's made a covenant with the children of Israel. And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water, and he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. The words of the covenant were on the 10 commandments, on the stones of the 10 commandments. These are the words of the covenant. Deuteronomy 4 and 13. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments, and he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone. The covenant is something we must perform, not just faith alone. Right? Faith is important, and it is also a part of the law. In fact, it's a weightier matter of the law. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, and evidence of things not seen. So faith is believing. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So you can't please God without faith. Hebrews 11:24 and 25. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. So Moses had faith. Matthew 23 and 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithes of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. So faith is a weightier matter of the law, right? A lot of us believe, because of what we've been taught, that all we have to do is believe. No, the scriptures are telling us we have a blood oath covenant with the Lord that we must follow, and that this blood oath covenant is in fact forever. Deuteronomy 9:9. When I was gone up into the mountain to receive the tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant which the Lord made with you, then I abode in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. I neither did eat bread nor drink water. The old covenant is also known as the tables of the covenant. The old covenant was the 10 commandments initially, then became all the laws. Leviticus 25:15 and 16. And if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning ague, that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. And ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. So we'll be cursed for breaking God's laws. Deuteronomy 29:1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb. So some laws were given in Horeb, and some laws were given in the land of Moab. So this is two sets of laws that complete the covenant, right? I want to make sure that I expound on the 10 commandments not being the only laws, right? Because there's people that say, yeah, we follow the 10 commandments, but there's more than 10 commandments, right? Here it's letting us know, these are the words of the covenant. This is Deuteronomy 29:1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb. So this is two different sets. Jeremiah 11:10. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words, and they went after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant which I made with their fathers. Breaking the old covenant is breaking the laws of God. We were commanded not to serve other gods, and if we do that, we're breaking God's laws. That is a transgression. That is a sin. Breaking God's laws. Exodus 20:1-3. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. So the first commandment of the 10 commandments was to not have other gods. And this is what our people are into. This is what our people like to do, right? Idolatry, and have different gods, gods that are made up in their mind, gods that are sitting on their desk, right? It's terrible. We should all focus on the one and true God. Hosea 8:1. Set the trumpet to thy mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant and trespassed against my law. How can the covenant be transgressed against? They have transgressed my covenant. Watch this. 1 John 3:4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. Sin is transgression of the law of God. The law of God is the covenant. A sin is the transgression of the covenant. A sin is breaking our vow that we committed ourselves unto the Lord. We are no better than our enemies who have broken all their treaties, right, that they had with us. All these Native American treaties, all of them broken. Why? Well, look at us. We're no better than them, because we're breaking the treaty that we have with our God. Deuteronomy 10:3-4. And I made an ark of shittim wood, and hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and went up into the mount, having the 2 tables in mine hand. And he wrote on the tables according to the first writing, the 10 commandments, which the Lord spake unto you in the mount, out of the midst of the fire, in the day of the assembly. And the Lord gave them unto me. The ark of the covenant was made to carry the covenant, the laws. Deuteronomy 29:21. And the Lord said, separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. There we have it. Curses of the covenant written in the book of the law. The book of the law are the laws of God. This is our covenant. Daniel chapter 9-11. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. We are cursed for breaking the old covenant. Blessings for obeying and curses for dishonoring our covenant. These are the laws of God, man. Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the Lord, the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will send thee on high above all the nations of the earth. If we honor our covenant and keep God's laws, we will be blessed. Deuteronomy 28, chapter 2, verse 14. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessings will overtake us if we honor our covenant. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So if we dishonor the covenant and break God's laws, we will be cursed. Right? I hope somebody was edified, right? You can continue to look at these curses in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28. If you watch the previous video before this one, where I'm going over who are the children of Israel today, I explain how we can identify with the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians identifying with the children of Israel because of the curses, right? That would be for a sign. This is how we know who we are, right? So I hope somebody was edified, gained some kind of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Follow the laws of God. If I have anything else to say, follow the laws of God. Come back to your true heritage. Come back to who you really are. Come back to the covenant. Honor the covenant, right? The covenant is important. We must honor the covenant, right? We made a vow to the Lord in blood, and we must obey his laws. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, and coming in the name of, and Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom, and I love y'all.